Hi, everybody. Welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. Today is Sunday, May 22nd, 2022. And I wanted to ask the universe a what if question tonight. Bear with me, okay? Because I'm not even a layman on this topic. I'm more of a newbie myself. But I thought I'm probably not alone in this. Okay, we're going to be talking just a little bit about a term called vibration and frequency. Okay, now here's how I understand it. And I'm sure if I've got it wrong, some of my wonderful, wonderful subscribers will set me straight and or add to my knowledge in the comments after I post this video. We are made of matter, and matter is energy. Energy can be transformed, but not destroyed. That's one of my basic understandings about matter and energy. Energy also has a rate at which it vibrates, a frequency that it vibrates at. So, I hope I'm getting this right. But if I'm not, maybe I'll get you guys digging. We are so blessed in that as humans, we can actually raise our vibration, which raises our frequency. And the higher our vibration and frequency, the better. When we're fearful, we're low vibration, we're low frequency. When we're depressed and feeling overwhelmed, it's low vibration. And I truly believe that there are evil energies that feed on that. In fact, they have a name for it, and that's called loosh, L-O-O-S-H. And I personally don't intend to create any more for the rest of my life. Those energy vampires are going to have to go somewhere else because I am not going to be putting out their preferred diet. That's all there is to it. That's why I say live without fear, caution possibly, but not fear. Okay. Well, I ran across something really interesting that was talking about energy and vibration. Before I switch the screen, let's go a little deeper. And I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So if my thoughts and beliefs don't align with yours, just tune off, okay? All right. I believe that all prophecy has managed to unfold in surprising ways throughout the eons. I really do. It's usually after the fact you go, oh, yeah, it fit the prophecy exactly. We've had that happen with some of the Nostradamus prophecies where after the fact you go, that's what that was about. But you can't always tell it going forward. Well, I find it really interesting that the Christian belief talks about an event called the rapture. And it's viewed as something that will actually physically occur to believers where they will ascend and meet Jesus in the heavens, a rapture event. And then I see a correlation because people that follow just a non-denominational spiritual path, they believe that ascension is something that we should aspire to and can grow towards. And so there's some commonalities there, and I can't help but wonder if those two terms are going to end up having some very similar correlations. And we'll probably have to wait till after the facts to find out. But I read this today and I want to ask the cards about it. So let me share my screen with you, okay? What if the 144,000 was actually about your DNA? Again, prophecy tends to unfold in surprising ways, guys. So listen to this. The most popular theory about the biblical prophecy of 144,000 might have a different meaning than we originally thought. Maybe it was never about this exact number of beings, but how unique genetically they are going to be. As we ascend into fifth dimensional Earth, ascend into fifth dimensional Earth, the foundational structure of the body, DNA, requires an upgrade to accommodate the expansion of consciousness into a quantum light body. As a result, we are going through an organic transformation of our DNA. The traditional biologic foundation of carbon-based two-strand DNA gradually merges and expands into a quantum crystal-based 12-strand DNA and beyond. I love that, and beyond. The gradual emergence of crystalline DNA results in the transformation of the physical body from 23,000 gene expression into a 144,000 gene expression, the full capacity of the light body. This underlying structural shift creates the foundation for illumined human consciousness to reside in the light body anchored on Earth. So the biblical 144,000 might be actually about the new superhuman race of the golden era on Earth, beginning with you right now. And I just wanted to ask the cards. I'm not going to ask them to confirm or expand on, Bible prophecy. That's something I think that you can find out about in prayer and reflection and meditation. But let's just ask, is it possible? What does the universe have to say? Is it possible that there's a correlation between the 144,000 that's mentioned in Scripture and our evolving DNA as our world changes? So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, so card 1 is the 6 of Wands. Card 2 is the 5 of Pentacles. Card 3 is the 10 of Pentacles. Card 4 is the Knight of Pentacles. Card 5 is the 9 of Pentacles. 10 is the Ace of Cups. And the next one is the Hierophant. One moment, we'll discuss this layout. Okay, our question was, is there a possible relation between the 144,000 that is viewed in prophecy and our DNA rather than an actual number of humans? Now, I was curious about this because I never could fathom why there would be a limit on who, if we're free will beings, we should all potentially have the ability to ascend, and it shouldn't be limited in number. Possibly by choices, yes, but not by an actual predetermined number. So I always had trouble viewing that 144,000. And again, I'm not trying to step on anybody's faith or belief. So if what I'm saying is triggering you, just turn off the video, okay? These videos are for entertainment only and possibly to get us thinking and expanding our thought processes. Okay, so the 6 of Wands indicates a situation, which is a victory card. And no matter what the ascension event, however it does end up playing out, it is going to be one of victory. It really is. Victory for us as a race. I am not at all worried that the next card over here clarifying that is the 5 of Pentacles, because one of the things the 5 of Pentacles is about is that you're going to emerge after some hardships into a new and better place. And this is starting to tell me that we're getting a yes as far as our question. Is it possible that this 144,000 is our future DNA possibility and capability, not some limited number of lucky lottery winners in the faith sweepstakes? And part of the reason I'm thinking that too is as we look into our past, present, and future, look at solidly Pentacles. And the Pentacles are about our physical earthly selves. And so with this solid foundation of earthliness, our being, we've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is an intergenerational card. And it's one usually denoting connections and happiness and prosperity. The Knight of Pentacles is all about stability. He's a very good card to show up. It's one of, there's no uncertainty about him. It's carefully thought out. His actions that he embodies are well thought out. And again, just a very stable card. So it looks like as we do some evolving with our physical selves It's a process that has already been set out. It is not one to fear. And it may be happening right now. They're saying, you know, as we go through some of our solar events, that there are some changes that will be happening to our DNA. And I think the possibility is very exciting. The future then is the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this lady, she is about prosperity, just about one of my favorite cards in the deck. So she's about prosperity and independence. And we're going to be untied from the things that have held us back as a race, as created beings, when this happens. I think that's exciting. We're being told, fear not. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups here for our first advice and clarification card. There's the dove, there's the cross there above it, the cup overflows. This is the best card in the deck. And this is about what our potential is. And we have potential that we didn't even dare dream of before we woke up. So good for us. Now, the Hierophant is our second clarification card. He's not the dominant one. He still factors into this. And he's about matters of structural faith. And nothing to fear here. It's just that it's acknowledging that there is a scriptural element to what we're seeing here in the cards, that it has been spoken of in scripture, even though much of our scripture has been distorted and even removed and is not available to us to learn from. It is part of this. So I'm getting a yes, that the 144,000 does actually talk about our DNA potential as created beings and the ascension event. Interesting stuff, huh? You can, like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only, or possibly just something to think about or talk about with your like-minded friends. So that's it for this video as far as information goes. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe. You're welcome to comment, and I do try to interact with you somewhat in the comments, you know, within a day or so of the video going up. So I do value those connections that are starting to happen with some of my regular commenters. So thank you so much. Now, if you care to hang on just a second, I'm going to pause the video. I've had a lot of people asking me about my gems and spheres here, and there's a smaller one in the background. I'll move them over here to this camera, and I'll show them to you a little closer, okay? 1 second. Okay, the gems that are usually closest to me when I record are in this acacia wood tray. We've got carnelian. This is an agate sphere. And I always admit to being a huge Tarot by Janine fan. And when I saw that she did a short video once showing purchasing a new tarot deck from a bookstore in Calgary called Soul Food Crystals and Books, I went online and found this. It was my Christmas present to myself. And in that same order, I got this crystal tower that's got a druzy pocket in it. Got amethyst, more amethyst, although this doesn't have much purple to it. These little rods here are selenite, which recharges gemstones and doesn't have to be recharged itself. So since I live in Alaska and don't always have access to good sunlight for recharging, and I don't always keep track of when the moon's going to be full, I can lean these selenite pieces against my crystals and keep them charged up, so they're doing all the fancy good things they do. Got another just crystal sphere here. Got fluorite. I love fluorite. Fluorite and carnelian are my two favorites. Got sodalite. Another fluorite. Another sodalite. And then malachite. And I like the greens in that. Now over here, my big guy was actually one of my least expensive ones. I bought that from just a local vendor. It's Labradorite, which is supposed to help with communication. And I got to tell you, I was having trouble communicating with someone at one time. I bought this, set it near me when we were doing a Zoom conference, and all of a sudden they said, wow, we're talking so much easier now. So there's something to it. We've got a set of chakra here, stones, and just another fluorite tower here. Got wizard stone, which is kind of gold sheen obsidian. Some iron pyrite. And then I've had this agate slice for probably 40 years. Used to use it as a coaster. So there you have it. That's not all of them, but that's the bulk of my gems and crystals. And I do have a big tray that's got gemstone hearts. Maybe I'll show you that in another video if there's any interest. Okay, well, that's it for tonight. I'm going to stop it here. And thank you so much for hanging in and being with me for the show and tell. Good night, everybody. I send you my love, and stay in the light and keep your vibrations high.